All right.
Stella, are you going to help us with the intro today? Yeah, you have your own guitar. Where's Stella's guitar? Where's Stella's guitar? Can you take a break from your milk and help us? No?
Can I play?
Let's play Twinkle Twinkle. I think it's public domain.
Is that one?
Pretty sure.
Your turn.
Ready, Stella? Can you sing?
I'll hold this.
All right, let's do it.
I'll hold this.
We're going to do the intro.
No.
No?
She
All right.
drinks and plays.
She does it all, guys.
Rock star.
All right, ready? Twinkle, twinkle, little star, how I wonder what you are. Yay! Okay,
Welcome to Two Aging Millennials.
and we have Stella today as a guest.
Yes, hi Stella, welcome.
Welcome to our show. Sometimes as an aging millennial, you can't get around having your kid with you.
You can, and that fits perfectly with today's theme.
Yeah, sometimes, I try to do it around a nap, but just today just didn't happen, so Stella's gonna be our guest.
All right.
So in honor of that, our drink today, we're gonna veer off a little from our normal, and we're gonna have a cold brew coffee.
Cold brew,
Just a little
energy,
cold brew. Yes, get a little energy. Stella's having her milk.
working mom.
So this actually, I love this kind. It's Grady's cold brew, and you're supposed to water it down. It's concentrate, but the thing is, it's so delicious if you don't.
Okay.
So I'm just gonna pour a little bit. I usually use a much bigger glass than this.
Okay,
but-
good, because I'm not a big coffee drinker.
Yeah,
so
I
I'm
know.
gonna be off the
So I'm
wall.
actually adding vanilla unsweetened almond milk to it.
Ooh.
Give it a little flavor, and
Protein.
it's really good. So I think that's our drink for today.
All right, I'm excited for it. And we have some video editing to do tonight, so this will help me stay up.
Exactly. All right.
So do you shake it? What's the
Well, we're
situation?
supposed to stir it, but let's just go with it because I know it's.
Shake it on up, shake it on up. Cheers.
Cheers.
And cheers to you guys.
Right now we're getting a lot of almond.
I like almond
That's
milk,
pretty
though.
good.
It's pretty good.
Yeah. Cheers. Watch out, she'll really slam you.
Okay.
Cheers. Oh no, she's being gentle.
She's camera ready. She knows how to act for the camera.
She knows how to act on camera. So today, this is actually really appropriate.
Yeah.
We are talking about, there was an article that just came out, and it said Prince Harry said that he would have no more than 2 children
No more than 2.
for the sake of
The planet.
the planet.
He's a big, both he and Duchess Meghan are big active, or they're into climate change. I wouldn't call them climate change
Making the
activists,
world a
but
better
yeah.
place.
Yeah, he's very green. He gets that actually from his father. His father's very green as well and has been talking about climate change since the 90s.
Okay.
So that, I thought, you sent me that article and I thought that was really interesting, considering declining birth rates in places like Japan. You said United States.
Actually, yeah, so I know in 2017 it was one of the lowest recorded birth years in the U.S. So there's got to be something to it. But yeah, I just thought it was an interesting article. He said that he wanted to leave the world, leave a good world for future generations ahead.
And is the thought process behind that about how much we consume?
Just
And
there aren't enough resources. He
Okay,
said.
that's fair. That's
so I think
fair.
it's interesting. But it's also interesting that actually recently I've heard from people that a new sort of thing is very wealthy families just having tons of babies. No, that's a thing, as a status symbol. I can't believe somebody told me this recently.
I feel like that was always the case that I
think
had.
it's back. People having 5, 6 kids.
I had friends that I went to college with, and it was always they were wealthy old American families, and they had always 5 siblings.
Really?
And I was thinking, and very few of them were from New York City, but I was thinking you have to have a lot of money to have
In New York
5
City.
kids in New York City.
Yeah, I mean, I think there are like a lot of families that do have that many kids.
But it would be a status symbol.
In New York City,
yeah,
it's
absolutely.
insane. I mean, it's I don't know how you do that. You have to have like a huge place.
Yeah.
You know, or just have a lot of room sharing, which I had no problem with. My brothers and I like basically shared a room. You know,
That's true. That's true. And
they
it
had
was,
like a room divider.
and it was totally normal.
And it
I
was
was an
fine.
only child, but yeah, I didn't feel like cramped at your house.
No, it was
Like,
kind of fun.
Yeah,
It's
it
like
was a good
camp.
time. That's why you guys are so close.
It's like a constant like sleepover. It's funny because Eric is always saying like he's lucky he married a girl from New York City because I don't know what space is.
And you don't, and you wouldn't complain about it.
He's
and
like,
you're
most
not
people are like, oh, I
4
need
bedrooms.
more space. I need more space, and I'm like, this is a lot of space. We got plenty of space, like, you know.
a lot of space.
And he's just like so thrilled. He's like, I really did it, like the right thing.
That's
New York,
actually
because
amazing.
yeah, I know. So for me, I'm like, oh yeah, like people share rooms. I mean,
And I think for me, it's you compromise what you have access to versus some extra land.
I agree.
In my,
I agree.
but that is very interesting about them. I wonder if they're going to adopt. If that's something that they're also.
That's actually a good call because if you adopt, like that would make sense for them.
So strong.
You are strong. Wasn't that heavy?
She feels it.
Thank you.
Oh, thank you.
Hey.
And that brings up to what you. Well, I also think part of it is that a lot of millennials are delaying having children.
Absolutely.
After college, it was the recession for us. If you were planning to have children, well, when we graduated, it wasn't the time to have them.
No.
And it's just a
We
part of
graduated 2008, which was sort of the right the tip of the crisis.
And 2-income households are the norm for us. That both people are working. It's not really an option for someone to stay home. So we have a lot of different factors at play. Why?
I also think it's interesting that a lot of women are just full on choosing to not have kids.
We have a friend that chooses not to.
Yeah.
A lot
And
of our
it's
close friends. Yeah.
just, you know, very like, you know what, I like my life how it is, I like working, I don't want somebody, you know, slamming their milk at me, and no, I mean, they like their travel and they like their lives, and, you know, as a new mom, like, I now understand just how much work it is, and I think, you know, our friend in particular who doesn't want kids, she knew how much work it is because she has a lot of friends with kids.
She has a lot of friends with
And
kids.
by the way, she's amazing with kids. She
she's.
doesn't happen to want her own.
Yeah,
And
I think that's one of the
more-
annoying stereotypes that I find that people assume if you're that case, you must not like children, you might
No.
be cold. I have a friend who has kids and she likes her kids, she doesn't like other people's children.
Yeah. My mom always told me I had never held a baby before Stella.
Really?
Yeah, I just like was not the type. I was always worried I was gonna break them. Like I just got nervous.
They're
And
durable
I mean, I held them like obviously my brothers.
Speaking of breaking them.
Speaking of breaking things. Oh my gosh. Stella, what are you doing? Yeah, I just was like always a little bit nervous about holding other people's kids. Maybe when they got a little older, I was good.
I like how we're both just holding.
Oh my god, we're doing it. Don't spell it. This is why we need the coffee.
Yes.
So no, I had never held a baby, and I also like wasn't a particularly like warm person to kids. I didn't care that much. It wasn't like I didn't like them. It was just like if I was at someone's house and they had kids and stuff, I just sort of didn't interact with them that much. I would just be like, oh hi, like that's nice. It's like how I am with like people's dogs. Like I'm not like I like
A
dogs,
dog
but I'm not like, oh my god, like I need to spend the entire time
Talking to you
with the dog. Like I like them. Stella loves dogs. But yeah, just like not my thing. But anyway, my mom was like, oh, I never liked kids until I had my own.
Yeah,
You know.
that's fair.
And she
And
sort of told me like, you'll be fine.
I think
Yeah,
that's
you're
fair
sitting.
to change.
Hi. So what about you? Like, do you think you'll have kids, and what do you think about like?
I definitely want to have kids. I definitely want to have kids. I think that's something.
You're so lucky.
Cheers to Stella.
Cheers.
Where's your drink, Stella?
Can you get your baba?
So I want to have kids. I think that similar probably to Prince Harry, I do find, I do question the state of the world and the state of the world that I would be bringing a kid into.
Yeah.
With, especially with things like the climate change, politics, that she doesn't want to hear it. She doesn't want to hear it.
Don't hit.
And being ready to kind of change my lifestyle for it.
Right, and you're a big traveler.
I'm a big traveler. Actually, when we were in Thailand, we were on a group tour with a bunch of couples, and an older couple said to me, Haley and I don't think they didn't realize we weren't married. Oh no.
Yep, I'm fine. Yep.
That we weren't married, and they said, they asked us about kids, and we're like, oh, we're not ready. And the gentleman goes, well, you'll never be ready. So
People
we're
say
waiting
that.
for that.
They're like, you can't wait to be ready because you'll never be ready.
Yeah,
You know?
and he was great. He's like, there's never going to be enough money. You'll never be ready and prepared. That being said, I do worry about the environment. So I get what I thought about adopting. I thought about a few different options besides having like birth children as well. But I do think it's responsible of them to think like that.
Right, and especially like in the positions that they're in, they're sort of very.
They could have tons.
They could have as many as they wanted. But I also like her whole thing, like how she wasn't trying to look like super perfect right after giving birth, and she sort of seems like pretty real. I like that.
And how could you not want to have a kid hanging out with this one all the time?
It is funny because some people I feel like see when they're in like sort of close proximity to like somebody with a kid, it either like is complete birth control for them, or it goes the other way, and some people are like, oh my god, I want a kid. So it just depends. Like for me, I always
depends on the kid too.
I guess it depends on the kid too, but like just in general, like just having it be a little bit crazy and just like all the time, there's just not a ton of downtime.
Yes. I think your bottle's leaking.
Uh-oh. And then a lot of people are, more and more like, as you said, like dual income families, like people are working.
Mm-hmm. And when's the right time? I think for both of us, we're our businesses, we're our companies. So that idea of taking time off to have children, there's not maternity leave that we collect. In our case, maternity leave that we collect.
You don't like get paid for maternity leave.
Exactly. And so even it kind of goes into taking a sick day. That like every time not spent working is
you're not making money.
You're not making money.
Right.
So that's always something to consider as well for professions. And I think a lot of millennials with the gig economy take that into play when they're considering family planning.
Definitely. But I also think like certain men more and more like they want paternity leave, and they want to like be able to have the same involvement as sort of as their partners.
Yes, absolutely, and I think that's completely fair. In some countries like Scandinavia, that's pretty common. And what do you think about the idea of? Well, I guess you would think about it with egg freezing. A friend of ours just documented her egg freezing journey on Instagram, Danielle Prescott. And if you want to learn about egg freezing, she
really documented it. I really appreciated that. And I think I've seen other people also talk about for her it was just egg freezing, but I've seen other people talk about like their journeys with in vitro and being pretty open about it, and that's all stuff that I really think is great that people are sharing.
Yes.
I also think people are being more open about having miscarriages, and just things that were a bit taboo before to talk about. They're sort of being more upfront about it and making it like so that people don't think they're the only ones struggling with these things.
Yeah.
So I think people are just becoming like more open, whether it's about like the fact that they don't want to have kids,
Yes.
or the fact that they're having trouble having kids and they do desperately want kids. You know, I think just people are just being more open.
And that they don't want kids the traditional quote-unquote way. Like I have friends in Italy, and they're a couple. They work for the same company actually, and she wants to have a child with a surrogate. And this is another person, upon hearing that, said like, is she okay? What's wrong with her? And it was simply that her plan is she doesn't want to stop working. She doesn't want to have the downtime of what she thinks the downtime of a pregnancy would be. And her husband is fully supportive of it, that he was like, I would carry you if I could, but I'm not going to make her do that. And so there are a lot of different options that are available now.
Yeah. Yeah, and of course it does. I mean, that takes a certain financial ability to be able to do that. But I do think it is something that people are, considering more and actually doing. And it's great, if you aren't able to carry on with a kid, or as you said, like it just doesn't make sense for you in terms of work or your career.
Yes.
Sort of trying to be able to like have it all.
Yes.
And it is hard.
It's hard. I think that it's seemingly for some people make it look easy, and that's why I value more social media accounts, people that I follow, even celebrities that show the real behind it. A lot of people complain about on Keeping Up with the Kardashians, they never show nannies or anything, and people say that. What are your thoughts about that?
I've been I agree. Especially, when I first had a kid, I had no exposure to, I'm being bitten right now.
Oh gosh.
Yeah, and my hair,
Ooh,
nope, Stella, that's
no.
not nice. That's not nice. I had no exposure to the fact that it would be hard, and in my head I thought, you know what, it's something that people have been doing since the beginning of time, and how hard could it be?
Yeah.
And I think it's because everybody was posting pictures on their Instagram, like
happy.
glossy, perfect pictures, and like,
No, that's not nice. Is that
don't
nice?
pull my hair, that's not nice. You don't want to do that.
No. So I'm gonna wear this.
Can Anaya wear your bow?
It matches with
Oh
my.
my gosh, you're gonna miss it. You're gonna miss it. Ooh, I think that's a look. It's a look. Oh no. Oh no.
She's like, wait.
No, I was seeing, all these women that were like, oh, I'm obsessed with pregnancy, and like birth was so lovely, I'm like, I'm gonna do it
And they
under a
like
tree in Vermont, and I'm gonna then when I have the baby, I'm gonna wear a bikini a week after, and I'm gonna gain no weight, and I'm just gonna gain 10 pounds, which is just everyone was like doing their whole thing, and then when you do it, you realize this is not like that. It sort of makes you question why is it so easy for everyone else and not for me? And especially when I had the baby, my pregnancy was actually okay. I didn't love being pregnant, but it wasn't. Do not pull her hair.
Nice.
But I did find, once I had the baby, I thought it was really challenging.
Yes.
Don't pull her
And
hair.
so did you
I
start
like-
seeking out accounts
Yeah.
that were realer?
Yeah, I mean, I like seeing accounts that I feel obviously, as a photographer, I like capturing beautiful images, but I also like the real moments, and I think that there's just as much value in showing a moment where, it's not everything's perfect, and maybe there's some chaos going on and whatever, than just perfect smiling, oh, we're a perfect family. That's just not real, and I don't care about it. All gone. But yeah, so I do follow certain accounts that I think have a good mix of both. They do cute, funny pictures, but then they also are sort of more real. Oh my god, this is what's happening, and it is a nice sort of way to. And every time I do remember to post something like that, I do get feedback from a lot of other mothers being thank you for posting this. It really means something to me.
That's great.
So I think I think it's really important. But yeah, it can be nuts.
I would assume. Right, Stella? Whoa.
Uh-oh. Yeah, I think there's a lot. I think there's a lot there.
No.
So what do you have to say? Do you want to sing a song?
More Stellas in the world.
Do you want to sing a song?
Stella, do you want to take the crowd out?
Do you want to sing a song?
Take them out, Stella.
Take 'em out.
What's the outro?
Outro. Should we sing Twinkle Twinkle again?
Uh-oh.
Twinkle, twinkle, little star, how I wonder what you are.
Oh, I think you have so much singing.
Oh, it's okay. All right. Well, thanks for tuning in. Sorry, this is a little bit of a shorter episode. It wasn't planned like that, but we need to cut this off. This is just wild. Share with us in your comments, you know, how your feelings about this, and maybe we'll do a follow-up another time when she's taking a nap. Thanks
Bye,
for
guys.
tuning in.
Thanks for
Bye.
watching.
Oh my
You're
God.
out of
Stella,
control.
you need to behave.
You got out
You
of
need to behave.
I think Stella knows the cameras were on.
Stella's a little diva. Okay.
I'm gonna tickle you. I'm gonna tickle you. I'm gonna tickle you. Ah! 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 Ah!
Crazy.
Stella, you're- Mom.